Good morning, this is Sarah, your healthy carnivore in the UK. Hopefully you can hear me. I'm down the garden, and what you might notice is I filmed this yesterday. This is a bit of a different format for me, but I was just sitting in my garden on day 49 thinking about what I was going to talk about on day 50. And I decided to talk about how to survive the first 50 days. So, and then I'm going to upload this in the morning so that it's ready for you. Top 5 tips for surviving the first 50 days on the carnivore diet. Okay? This is going to be, I actually do have 2 other videos very similar to this. So you just have to scroll down and I've got other ones, my first how to survive 30 days one, which is the first part of my adaptation series. This one I'm also going to put in my adaptation series because I do feel at day 50 I'm starting to get a lot more fat adapted than I was on day 30. But if you are new to carnivore or you're struggling to get past those first few days, here are my tips. Number 1, get rid of the scales. Ask your family member that you trust to hide your bathroom scale in somewhere you cannot find it. And instead of weighing yourself, you're going to download a day counter app which counts your days. And as long as you are following the carnivore diet in the way that you should and the way that you've learnt how to do with all the videos you've watched, every day you'll wake up and the number has changed. How much better is it than looking at scales which may not do what you want? But this day counter, it's pretty reliable. As long as you've eaten your meat, every day it goes up another number. Yes! And so you get that daily gratification that you're on the right track. Now, if you're the sort of person that loses weight really easily and the weight just drops off you, then you can weigh yourself. But if you know you're the kind of person like me who doesn't lose weight no matter what you do, get the scales away. Tip number 2, eat meat like it's your job, like you're the boss. Feel hungry? Eat meat. Craving anything? Eat more meat. Even if you end up eating 20 times in one day, little bits at a time, doesn't matter. The goal with carnivore is to get down to 1 or 2 meals a day, but that doesn't have to happen on day 1. It can happen on day 30 or 40 or 50. It doesn't have to happen on day 1. In order to get to 50, we've got to make sure we are eating meat as much as we can, whenever we need to, without exception. So don't start thinking, well, I was told I should probably only eat twice a day on carnivore. That's coming up. That's the magic coming up later. In those first couple of weeks, if you need to snack on pork rinds and you need to snack on cheese, if you need to, whatever it takes, animal products, preferably fatty, salty meat, whenever you need to, until at such a time the body takes over. Then, tip 3, don't try and micromanage. Don't try and run before you can walk. I've done this, many of us have done this. Don't worry about how many, most carnivores do not worry about calories. But if you come from a world where you have counted them in before, don't try and micromanage your protein or your fat or your calories. Don't try and do any forced fasting. Don't try and tweak. Don't try and beat your body. It knows what it's doing. And if you are eating the proper human diet, your body is already micromanaging you. It's already healing and figuring things out for you so you don't have to. And then you will find out over time that you will get into a natural rhythm of feasting and fasting all by your body's self. It will do it for you. Don't try and do it too soon. I've tried to fast too soon. I've tried to worry about fat and protein too soon. I've tried to eat 1 or 2 meals a day too soon. These first 30 to 50 days are all about telling your body that it can heal now and it's good. And then it will respond by taking over for you in time and telling you when to eat and telling you when to stop and your body will be a much more well-tuned machine. Okay. Tip number 4, try not to tell too many people what you're doing. By all means, it's probably important that you tell your direct family members that you live with. You know, if they're not going to be doing it with you, make sure they've got a special cupboard with their stuff that they buy things for, they look after, they monitor, and they tidy up in that cupboard, and you don't go anywhere near it. Even better, get all the stuff out of the house. But this tip is not talking to people outside the house. There may be the odd one person that needs to know, but most people don't. And hardly anyone that you tell is going to be like, yes, you're doing carnivore diet, brilliant. Most people are going to try and talk you out of it. Your doctor's going to try and talk you out of it. Your well-meaning friend who loves her whole grains and her Weetabix is going to try and talk you out of it. Don't talk to them. Do it quietly on your own. And step 5, watch as many motivational videos as you can, as much as you need, even if it drives you mad or your family mad. Because you're going to have more time on your hands. You're not going to be constantly nibbling and snacking. So get yourself some decent channels to watch that are motivating. I highly recommend Dr. Ken Berry, Dr. Anthony Chafee, Homestead How with Kerry Mann. I recommend Mitch from Old Guy Carnivore and Dave Mack from No Carb Life. I also recommend Kelly Hogan from Zero Carb Life. There are lots of amazing channels. Lee from Kent Carnivore. Just go on and on and on. Carl from The Primal Lifestyle. Just as many motivational channels as you can find to keep you occupied during those first few weeks when your body is healing, sending you signals, figuring out what to do. All of this though will become natural for your body. Over time it becomes more and more natural. Yes, willpower is required in the very early days. You will need to consciously make good decisions. You will need to rely on your willpower in the very early days. But this quickly goes away as your body's chemistry changes, and then your body takes over, and then your body does the micromanaging and the organizing. The body creates its own natural willpower and tells you when to eat and when to stop. And then your body will just heal entirely from the inside, and then the weight loss will come. But you need to get out of its way. So tip 1, hopefully I've got this in the right order, otherwise I'll have to rerun this whole video. Tip 1. The first 2 are eating meat like a boss and not weighing, okay? Don't micromanage, watch motivational videos, and don't talk to too many people outside. Don't expect people to cheer you on. They're not going to cheer you on. Most people are going to think you're absolutely nuts and crazy. So just don't talk to people. And especially don't talk to people who are going to try and talk you out of it. I think it's worth me adding an extra tip, because I just thought of one more thing that I think is very important and that trips a lot of people up. So we are going to add a tip 6, special bonus tip right at the end for those that waited. Don't pander to other people's social expectations, dietary expectations, timings on food. Don't feel that you have to eat at the same time as other people. Don't feel that you have to eat the same things as other people. And in the beginning, don't pander to people that have created food for you. You are going to have to stand firm and say, I'm really sorry, but no thank you. No thank you. And if people are still very insistent despite all of your pleadings, then you'll have to worry about whether they're actually your friend or not. So they're my 6 tips. Ended up telling them in a jumbled up way, but I think you get the idea. This is Sarah, your healthy carnivore, on day 50. Hopefully this has come out really well. Otherwise I'll have to end up running it tomorrow morning in my car. The plan is though, I'm going to upload it in the morning before I go to work. And I'm going to sit in my car and watch it at the same time as you guys. You have an amazing day wherever you are. These are my chickens. They're allowed out today. They're enjoying their time in the sunshine. We haven't had much sun today, so I thought I'd let them out and let them sun themselves. I'll put them away in a minute. So wherever you are in the world, eat your meat, drink your water, get some natural sunlight if you can. It's good for you. Do some grounding and thrive. Take care, guys. Bye.